Okay, anybody who knows this show knows we always start off with a little Dodger memorabilia, right? Well, okay. Now, we've shown you a lot of books in the past written by Dodgers. Here's one of the most famous Dodgers of all time, but he never wrote his own book. And they asked him about it all during his life. He said he never wanted to write a book. So I'm going to show you 3 books about Vin Scully. How about that? Here's one that just came out a couple of years ago, The Voice, Vin Scully's Dodger Baseball. We know that. And I think I showed this one. I think my friend Roger got me this, right? Right, Raj? Yeah, okay. Another one that was written, this guy, I don't know who wrote this. It's kind of just a trip. These are just tribute books because, he didn't want anything to be written about himself. He didn't want to write about himself. Rich Wolf wrote this one. I saw it on the radio, and that's a neat one. And it's just little vignettes and stories about Vinny throughout the years, of course. And if you're really into reading some heavy-duty stuff we're talking like a 30 fog index. You remember what that is? That's when you have an index level that's so high in reading, it's way above college level. And if you're not used to reading like legal stuff, don't read this guy. He wrote a book once about the top 100 baseball broadcasters in history. And it took me about 10 years to read it because it was so heavy duty. This guy, Curt Smith, pull up a chair. And he wrote some pretty heady stuff about our own Vin Scully. But this is probably my favorite. And of course, Vinny didn't write his own book. So you only got these right now. There's some others out there, I'm sure. But this is the one to get, I think, out of the 3. This one's nice. This one's great. And this one's just a coffee table book. The articles from the LA Times about The Voice. And I've collected a lot of those myself. All right. Let's get the show started. Can we do a 10-count spacey countdown, please? Thank you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Get it going, baby.
Play ball!
Yeah.
Time for Dodger Baseball.
You bet it is. I meant to do this show yesterday. I have to apologize. I never got it done, so sorry, my fault. But this is a show for 5-1 and 5-2. How's that? And this is a show where we show you some memorabilia from time to time, play some home run calls, which we're going to do in just a few minutes, check an injury report or two. I do some fun stuff, including some shout-outs to state Dodger history, some quick hit trivia, and maybe some card pack breaks. I think we're going to do that later in the spring or maybe early summer. We'll see. And much more. All right, let's get to it. Come on in, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. The best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay, in the news, well, first of all, I wanted to tell you some of this stuff yesterday. The Dodgers finished up over the weekend with a nice broom job of the St. Louis Cardinals. Wasn't that great? 3 games. Loved it. It was the first 3-game sweep of the season for the Blue, and it's the 3rd time winning at least 3 in a row for the whole season. That's crazy. Noah Syndergaard threw 5 1/3 on Sunday. He gave up 8 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. When do you ever remember that happening? On 73 pitches. That's pretty weird. Following Syndergaard, the relievers combined to throw 3 2/3 shutout innings, capping off a strong weekend. And in the 3-game series, the Dodger bullpen allowed only 1 run over 9 2/3 innings. Are you bleeping me? I'll take that anytime. I don't know about you, but I'll take it anytime. It was Syndergaard's first win as a Dodger, which was also pretty cool. Yeah. Congrats. The team finished up their first month plus of the season, 3 games over 500 at the moment. They are in first place, and I guess that's where they're going to be for a while, right? Right? It's also great to see Will Smith back in the lineup this weekend. First 2 games as a DH and then his regular catching position yesterday. Also yesterday, the Blues started a new series and a new winning streak. Well, they're still going on the streak. With the Phillies, they won handily with the Blues scoring 13 times and whipping the Fightin' Phils by a score last night of 13-4. Yeah, that was a good one. Mookie, Freddie each had 3 hits. Smith, Hayward, Peralta, Bush each had 2. Muncy had 1. 9 different Dodgers scored. That's worth it. Yeah. Some multiple times. And Smith, Peralta, Hayward, and Betts all belted home runs. Let's hear them right now. Here they are.
Sends this one in the air to left field. Swung out of room, and Will Smith leaves the yard. His first home run since coming back. The Dodgers strike first.
Okay. that.
The last 2 games, 2 home runs, the first 2 innings tonight. Climbs the ladder and crushes this ball. Deep center field. What a swing! What a start in a Dodger uniform for this man, Jason Hayward. His 4th home run. 3rd for the Dodgers in 3 innings tonight.
It's crazy.
Lifted in the air left center field. Marches back. Track one. Goodbye. It's a 3-hit game for Mookie Betts. It's a 4-homer game for the team.
How about that? How about that? Is that not great or what? I mean, that's amazing. 4 home runs, and the Dodgers were rolling, and they steamrolled Philadelphia. Let's see some more of that tonight. Okay, so what else we got going here? Well, I mean, that says pretty much all of it. The Dodgers expect to call up right-hander Gavin Stone, who's likely going to get the start on Wednesday against the Phillies at Dodger Stadium. That's tomorrow. Stone is the number 4 prospect in the organization per MLB Pipeline, and he would be making his major league debut, which is pretty cool. Everybody says that this kid is the real deal, and he has what it takes to blow away major league hitters right now. Let's see what happens Wednesday. I'm waiting. Right? Yes. DH J.D. Martinez, lower back tightness, was placed on the 10-day IL, retroactive to April 25th. Martinez missed all 3 of the Dodgers games in Pittsburgh due to the injury. He attempted to swing the bat prior to the series opener with St. Louis. His condition has not improved enough for him to be ready to return for game action in the next few days. So, are we going to see him? I don't know. Shortstop Miguel Rojas was activated from the 10-day IL last night. Catcher Austin Wynns was designated for assignment. Rojas returned to the active roster after just 1 rehab game with Low A Rancho Cucamonga on April 30th. The shortstop was not in the starting lineup last night, and he's going to share time with Chris Taylor and Mookie Betts moving forward. As for Wynns, the catcher played in just 5 games for the Dodgers, and with Will Smith and Austin Barnes healthy, we really didn't need a 3rd catcher on the active roster at this time, so that's why we're not going to have Wynns anymore. But I think he did an amiable job. Will we ever see him again? I mean, who knows? We just designated him for assignment. We might get him back. You never know. All right, let's get into some fun stuff. It's all fun because it's a podcast, okay? It's a podcast, for crying out loud. Shout-outs. These are some folks who've chimed in recently, or not so recently, on our Facebook page. You ready for this? All right. Lolita S., Eric N., Bradley A., my new friend Ernie from the Village Trader. We'll talk to him in a minute. I hope you're watching, Ernie. You watching? Okay, you know who you are. Cheryl C., Kathy E., David C., Roger Y., Scott L., Aaron G. How you guys doing? Marcia P., Bobby E., and you and me. And hey guys, thanks for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for watching. All right. Tell all your friends Let's Talk Dodgers here in Facebook and in YouTube. And you can write to us here at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com or just throw something into the old Facebook page here and we'll talk. Tell all your friends and like us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you very much. This date in Dodger history, we're going to do 2 of them. May 1st for yesterday and May 2nd today. Yesterday, May 1st, we're going to go back to 2012. And I had to do this one because this is near and dear to all of our hearts. If you're a major Dodger fan, you'll love yesterday's date. With the final payment received on the record $2.15 billion purchase price, Frank McCourt's turbulent era of the Dodger ownership ends. The team's new ownership group, sort of fronted by Magic Johnson and incoming club president Stan Kasten, included Mark Walter, the CEO of Guggenheim Financial, who arranged the financing and holds a controlling interest in the franchise. Thank you so much, fellas, for buying this team. You've done wonders for us. And look at the results. We're in the playoffs every year. Come on. Doesn't get better than that, right? Yeah. On this date, May 2nd, 1995, Japanese pitcher Hideo Nomo becomes the first Japanese native to play in the majors since Masanori Murakami appeared with the Giants in 1964. The 26-year-old right-hander Nomo from Osaka pitched 5 scoreless innings of 1-hit ball, but didn't get the win because the Dodgers blew a 3-0 lead, losing to San Francisco at Candlestick Park 4-3. Boo! But we know what happened with Nomo, one of the greatest pitchers ever to walk into this country from Japan, and we're so glad to have him. He's such a great guy. All right, stats of the day. We got some good ones here. This is the third year in a row, I believe, that Jack in the Box is doing their offer of a free jumbo jack the day following a game where the Dodger pitchers record 10 or more strikeouts. That's always cool. Well, we gave you stats on that the past 2 years, with the Blue accomplishing that feat about 58% of the time 2 years ago, about 48% of the time last year. So far this season, the Blue have turned the trick 9 times in 30 games, which means they've done it 30% of the time, and it's still a very small sample size since we've only finished a month of the season. But we're still doing, 30% of the time. It's not too bad. Whenever the pitching staff gets 10 or more Ks in a game, all you do is walk into a Jack in the Box restaurant anywhere in LA or even in Ventura County, the designated LA area, so-called. And you walk in and all you do is you say, hey, give me the Dodger deal, please. And when you buy a large drink, you get a free jumbo jack with it. So how cool is that? Very cool. All right, let's get you some quick hit trivia. This is an extremely tough one this time. So let's just make this an FYI for your information and entertainment question, okay? Don't worry about it stumping you. I don't know if even Mark Langell would get this one, our beloved team historian. He might. I'll have to ask him. He might. All right, it's a double dose question here. In this podcast, this very podcast, we have discussed in the past the question of last persons to wear famous retired jerseys of the Dodgers. I'll give you an example. Sandy Koufax wore number 32, correct? Okay. Before he did, and then it was retired, but before Sandy wore it, who's the guy that wore number 32 on the Dodgers? Who's the last Dodger to actively wear number 32? And the answer is a guy named Bill Antonello, who wore it in 1953, and nobody wore it after Sandy because when he retired, well, a couple years later, they retired the number. All right, now here's a different question for you. So I want to ask you today, and this is the tough one, so don't worry about it if you don't get it, all right? I don't think Langell knows this one either. Who was the last player to actively wear Roy Campanella's number 39 before that number was retired? Now, there's an extra question involved here because, like a lot of modern day players whose numbers are retired, it may not have been retired for a great length of time in between the guys quitting playing or retiring and the time that the number was retired. And in Campanella's case, that's true. He retired, he was forced to retire. He never played again after 1957 because he had that horrible accident. So from 58 until 72 when it was retired, other guys actually got to wear it until they actually retired the number. So what I'm asking also is not only who wore it before Campy got it, but who wore it after he retired, before the number was retired, okay? Everybody get that one? That's for extra credit. If you can name those guys, I'll applaud you. A few people in the 60s wore that number before Campy's number was retired in 1972. We'll give you the answer in just a few minutes. First of all, let's get into some secret stuff here. In case you didn't know, and my new friend Ernie didn't, so I'll repeat it for Ernie. If you can't watch games on Sportsnet LA because you're not in the market or you're not getting Sportsnet LA through any particular system like Spectrum or AT&T, there's a website out there called MLB66.IR. Now, that's an offshore betting site in Iran, but that makes no difference. They show all the games. So if you tune in, not pre, not post, but during the game, you'll be able to watch the game for free. Don't tell anybody. All right. And just like our new friend Ernie from the Village Trader in Newbury Park, that's what he's doing now. He's digging the games because his new friend Randy told him how to watch it for free. So you're welcome, Ernie. And another shout out for Ernie, everybody. Go check out the Village Trader. If you don't know where that is, go look on a map and go see him. And tell him that I sent you. And tell him that Let's Talk Dodgers sent you. We're going to do a little cross-promoting also at the end of this show, I think. All right. Let's get you back out to the ballpark here for Tuesday's game. It's a 7-10er tonight. And our friend Julio's going. They didn't even know that yesterday. They didn't put that in until today. Julio's starting. He's 3-3 with a 4.41 ERA. He's going up against Matt Stram. He's 2-2 with a 2.31 ERA. Like I said, 7-10 game. Should be a good game, although we beat the crap out of the Phillies last night. Maybe we'll do it. Can we do it again? Can we do it again? Come on. Can we? I think we can. All right. Let's see. What else can I give you here? I got a couple other things here. Let's see. Yeah, all right. Let's give you the next pitcher. Next pitcher is going to be tomorrow. Get you out to the ballpark for Wednesday. The Dodgers still haven't announced who they want to pitch on Wednesday. I don't know why. In fact, while I got you here, don't move. Let's check out the Dodger website, see if they've put it up yet. A few hours before game time. It's only 3:26 as we record here. And they're showing me what for tomorrow. Anything? Nope. They're still showing TBD, to be determined. So there is no pitcher pitching yet. We'll probably hear it by tonight's game. But the Phillies are sending Aaron Nola to the mound tomorrow. He's 2-2 with a 4.46 ERA. That's a 1:10 getaway day game. 1:10 p.m. in Dodger Stadium. And Friday, the Blue will move down to San Diego and take on the Padres for the first time this season. Wow, that should be a great series. Before that, though, Thursday, no ball game, no problem. Let's Talk Dodgers will be on to talk about the rest of this series. Fair enough? All right, we'll do it. And Dave Roberts, what do you want to do with the Phillies the rest of this series?
I want to beat the crap out of this team.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well spoken, Dave. All right. Let's give you the answer to the trivia question we gave. The quick hit trivia answer just a few minutes ago. Who was the last player to wear Roy Campanella's number 39 before that number was retired? Well, it's a two-pronged question. First of all, let's answer the first part of that question. Who was the last active player to wear it before Campy got the number? All right. Well, his name was... Anybody get it, by the way? Nobody? Cheryl, see, you didn't get that? No, I don't think Cheryl was alive in 1947. Okay. All right, this is a guy who played in one season for the Dodgers. He played in 15 games. He was a pitcher. Only won one game. His name was Ed Chandler. Ed Chandler wore number 39 in 1947. And I'll bet Mark Langell... No, I don't even know if he knew that one. We'll have to ask him. All right. But he lost his only start, so he was 0-1 in his major league career. So he's the footnote in history, having worn number 39 just before Campy got it. And as far as the follow-up question, does anybody here remember the name of anybody that wore it after Campy did? Now, remember, Campy retired, or was forced to retire after the accident in 57. So a bunch of guys wore it before it was retired in 72. And here they are. Number one guy wore it in 1963 during our World Series championship year. Ken Rowe wore it. Okay. Now, here's a guy I do remember. I think I have his baseball card. From 1964 and through 1966, Howie Reed was wearing that one number 39. Okay, anybody remember that? Anybody old enough to remember the 65 World Series? I do. Cheryl does. Okay, and in 1967, one other guy wore it. The last guy to wear it actively before it was retired in 72, Bob Lee. I believe he was a pitcher, and he also pitched for the Angels, didn't he? Bob Lee wore it in 1967, and nobody else ever wore it, and it was retired, like I said, in 1972. And some of you may remember that because it was retired with two other numbers in 72. Number 42 was retired. That's Jackie Robinson's number, the first time before baseball retired it. And Koufax's number 32 was retired in 72. And all three of those gentlemen were on the field. Double footnote here. That was one of Jackie Robinson's last public appearances because about 4 or 5 months later he passed away. He was only 53 years old. So that's a good one for all you Dodger trivia fans. And if you got it out there, an extra shout out for anybody that got that. Those are hard ones. We'll make it a lot easier next time. All right, other cool stuff going on. Well, the Dodgers have a YouTube channel. Yes, Dodgers have a YouTube channel. You know where you find it? Let's do it right now. I'll tell you what's showing on there at the top of the page. You go to youtube.com/Dodgers, and you know what you'll find? You'll find this, a big page of all kinds of cool videos on it. And right now they've got the Manny Mota, Legend of a Dodger. It's a 10-minute profile of the man they just honored at Dodger Stadium to be in the, I guess, one of the Dodgers, Legends of Dodger Baseball. So that just happened the other night. They're showing the video of it up at the top of the page on the Dodger YouTube channel. And you can find it at youtube.com/Dodgers. What's on the rest of the page? Let's turn this around so you can see it. I don't know if I can do that. No, I can't do it. Well, I'll do it this way. Watch this. Here's all the cool stuff that's on that page. I mean, there's a ton of videos. Goes all the way down the page. And you can see all kinds of videos of highlights. You can see different episodes of Backstage Dodgers on there, about 20 of those, and a whole bunch of highlight reels, and all kinds of different great Dodger moments. So they show a lot of neat video on that page. So check that out when you get a chance. Check that out when you get a chance. It's youtube.com/Dodgers, the Dodgers YouTube page. All right. And don't forget, you can also view and hear post-game interviews and other great videos at the Sportsnet LA website at sportsnetla.com. Check them out. And you can also check out a whole bunch of different things from the Dodger podcast station from iHeartRadio. You can also check it wherever you get your podcasts and just look for Dodger Talk. That's there. You hear all of David Vassay's pre- and post-game interviews that way. Very cool. All right, let's see. What else we got for you? Next show, going to be Thursday between the two series. There's no baseball Thursday, so why not come on back, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. We'll talk with you again soon on that. Tell all your friends. Tell everybody that you know to watch us here in Facebook or in YouTube or both. And if you're watching YouTube, hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you very much. And Dave Roberts, what do you want to do with this team? What do you want to do with those Phillies? Huh?
I want to beat the crap out of this
That's
team.
right. You got it. All right, that's going to do it. I'm Randy, and here you are. Come on back, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers next time right here. All right? All right. Go Blue.
Play ball. It's time for Dodger baseball.
It sure is, Vinny. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Bye.